I think it's we should begin. We should begin. I made opening remarks yesterday concerning the nature of the public inquiry, but just for your purposes, I'm just going to do a very brief summary so that you understand the nature of the inquiry and the importance of the submission that you're going to make. Briefly, the Competition Act provides that for inquiries to be established, and it states that a market inquiry means a formal inquiry, which is this. That's why I'm sitting up here, and everything's being recorded. In respect of the general state of competition in a market for particular goods and services, in this case, the retail sector, without necessarily referring to the conduct activities of any particular firm. So this is not an investigation. The Act provides for investigation. This is really an inquiry into a sector. Okay, fast-moving consumer goods is the parameters of this inquiry, and the manner in which it works is that we collect information. We've conducted surveys, and this is a public inquiry in which members of the public are requested to make submissions. It's recorded. We will then subsequently evaluate the information that we receive from these different sources. We'll produce a report which goes to the Minister. And the Minister is obliged, in terms of the Competition Act, to table that report in the National Assembly. In other words, this is a very serious process. The submission you're going to make today is one that will find its way in the report with recommendations to the Minister and then the National Assembly. And those recommendations are wide-ranging. They can be recommendations about changing the law, which is of course why it goes before the National Assembly. It might be recommendations concerning policies to be adopted. So with that, I'd like to request you to introduce yourself and make your submissions. We will then subsequently ask questions. The questions are not an interrogation. They really no more than trying to elicit further and additional information. My panelists here, we sit as a panel, and Ms. Matanga here is a competition lawyer and an attorney. I'm a Professor Emeritus at the University of Cape Town. The economist on the panel, unfortunately, is unable to be here, but it's permissible for us to sit as two members of the panel. We will ask questions, and then opposite you is Ms. du Plessis. She's the head of the technical, or the task team, which are the people sitting next to her, that do the research, that do all the hard work of this commission, and of this inquiry. And she too is permitted to ask questions. Members of the public, we don't accept questions from anyone else, simply for orderly conduct of the proceedings. If somebody, however, objects to something that you say or questions what you have to say, they are free to do so in writing and to submit that to the Commission. And we may, if those questions are asked, may return to you and give you an opportunity in writing to respond to it. But so far, no one has exercised that prerogative. So with that, would you please introduce yourself and make your submissions? Thanks. You press that very big button there with a face and what looks like sound.
Okay. I think everyone has heard or seen. My name is Nthandiswa, surname Ukama. Born in Cape Town, studied in Cape Town, Eastern Cape, married. The business that you hear, Skoma Kuchari, I think it was my parents' business, basically. Started in 1985. Started way before 1985. I took over in 2004. Before that, as I said, my mom, when I see the ladies in Gugulethu, the ones that are buying outside, that's how she started. My dad was a taxi driver, and then taxi owner, and then decided, no, my taxi business is violent. The best thing for me is to start a business, going streamline business. He didn't get finance. He saved his money from being a taxi man and opened a butchery. The first one, there was a mall in Gugulethu, I think it was under Business Partners now. They rented there, started there, grew the business, and then, you know, most with businesses, black businesses, you never own your rent for the rest of your life. Disadvantage number one. You invest in something that at the end you could never pass it to anyone. Subsequent to that, there were promises by government, no, you can own your businesses. Then he thought, okay, if I'm going to own my businesses, let me move out from the mall and find a site just outside the mall, and so that I could grow my business. His vision was, why can't the people have wholesale? You know, we buy, we love it. So the idea was buy, supply the township, because anything that you want from the township, you have to go outside the township to source it out. So really, the pricing, you get the bottom, then you get a small piece of the pie. The meat supply in Western Cape is either owned largely by Muslim firms or white firms, but not black firms. But the idea was, let me start a wholesale. That was his dream. I think, you know, with any businesses and ups and downs, what I remember with him complaining with his growth or his plan never materialized because he had to do it from his own finance, from the money that he has made. If he wanted to do a bigger fridge, a frozen fridge, so that, you know, so with meat, you have to have certain requirements. To do that, there was no finance for him. So it takes longer. It took him longer. With his business plan, with his ideas, I'm thinking, we should have gone to the bank and said, this is my plan. I've been doing this business for 10 years. This is the money that I've done. It's possible, it's doable. But never happened. Then 2004, things changed a bit. They promised ownership. All the businesses in the Black Township were promised ownership. So I think the excitement on his side was, finally, I will own something. Then when I go to the bank, they will see that I have an asset. The house still was being not his, so really he did not have any security per se. So when they said you could own your businesses, that was the dream of a wholesaler. Again started more and saying, okay. Then development cropped in townships. We promised that our business will be taken to another level. There will be more market, there will be more feed. In that process, then my dad passed away. Within that process, because they were fighting with business partners, rent and all that, and he said, I'm not paying because you promised to give me money, but anyway, in that process, he passed away. I took over, and my sister, she's not here, Nikki, but luckily before that, because he was in financial difficulties, I was working in an asset management company, so I have a financial background, and I said, okay, what I'll do, I'll take the business from you. We registered our name, so if anything happens, it doesn't affect you. I'll cover, I'll monitor, and see what I can do, because really from that money I got educated. We monitored, I did, in my personal capacity, I had to make a loan, because I could not get a loan. I was working, so I had a paycheck. I went to Sanlam, I said, can you loan? Then to try and revive the business again. Then the ownership, the way it happened, myself, I got 60%, my sister got 40% because I made an injection to the business. Development came, I said, we should welcome the development. My dad said, no, I don't know, we should. Yes, they've not delivered on the promises of ownership, but this can be an opportunity for us if they're going to say, if what they say is true, we're going to take your business to another level. Your ideas of a wholesaler, a certain level, lunch, Chisanyama was the in thing. It's like our restaurants, like our Spur. So if they're going to take that to another level, it means we're growing. And I said, no, this is a good idea. He said, no, this is not a good idea. I think because he's been in business for long, he knew how other businesses screw other businesses. So he could sense it, that it's not going to happen. No. Obviously, the development came, promises were made. I think the problem is not having someone to back you or protect you in your own territory. That's how it felt. We've been there trading for 30 years. There were small businesses that grew, laundromats, someone had supermarkets, hairdressers, there's another funeral parlor, hardwares. All those people from their own money, not financed. Development comes, they say, no, you're not good enough. We're coming through. We try to convince each other it's a good thing, but take us in, grow with us, because every parent, when they do something, they want to leave a legacy. I'm a bit emotional. As I said, development games, it took us, I think, longer, 2 years for it to come back. We had fights. I've been to high court. Thanks. And the underlying issue was, when the development came, promises, nothing was written down. All of the promises that were done, the council meetings, ownership, CSI projects, all the ideas that Business Forum had that gave the input to them. This is how we can all benefit, and this works for us. Just put aside. On my side, I fought. As I said, High Court, Then we were granted, what is it? What do I do court? To force them. What they said they were going to promise to deliver to us and promise it will be done. Because there was nothing written down. I'm telling you, the only thing I still have now is minutes from council meetings, but official agreement from the developers to us, nothing. So luckily, as I said, I'm blessed to have a father that thought education was important, and become business savvy. You need to write things down. You need to have proof, so that people can take you for a ride. For 3 months, the business was demolished, forcefully demolished. Our property, our assets that were there, destroyed. We went to court 2005, 2006, 2007, because we did not want to move. I said, I'm not moving until I see something in black and white. You can't tell me that you're going to do this and give me plans and show me plans, but I don't have a lease agreement with you. I know other tenants, ShopRite, Spar, they have those before even the development happens. There's a lease signed. They know where exactly their shop will be. They know how the look of their shop will be. Even if I go to the bank, I want to find finance, where's my lease? How can I go to the bank and say, there's this new development, my business will take another level? I don't have anything. You know, the councillors were there, the Western government was there, pushing us to this. I'm saying, but why? You must be making sure that our business are protected. We must be taken to another level. These people are coming to our space. They're going to take their share of the money that we're making to feed our kids. So why are you not protecting that? They said, no, there will be 5% ownership, CSI. And I said, I'm not interested in that. My business is here, ran from 1985, successfully employed people here. Where will I be? You say you're developing, but where will I be? There was a shell garage. As I said, there were many things that were there, but where will we be when this development comes? All we want, we're not saying stop it, because people wanted it. They said, I said, my business interest, I must protect my business interest. As I said, the only way that I could, I had to spend hundreds of thousands that I did not have in my savings from work to make sure that I'm in that mall. But I had to fight to be in the mall. Was granted, then they were told that they must place me in a place where I could run temporarily until my space at the mall is available. Where this thing that they said will be available. As I saw them fighting with developers, people that have money, as I said, I'm not going to mention companies that were involved, but everyone knows who they were involved if you go in there. And I knew the plan was, once I'm out of the mall without, even if I have the court papers, I will not have the money to fight and enforce that court order, because that's how they destroy you. You will not have the money to go back to High Court to force them. Luckily, I had a law firm that did not require me to put huge deposit. I had to pay even installments. We moved to a temporary place. Yeah, lost a lot of clientele, revenue. Storage facilities that promised to be paid, they were not paid. I stayed in that place for 6 months because the contract said 6 months. The owner of that temporary place could see that I I push. In bad situation, I think I thrive. The business is doing well. I lost for 2 months, I would say 80% of my clientele. I regained about 60 within the 6 months because I had to push. That's how I could survive. Then the temporary I could see, this place was dead. This woman really could push up the volumes, the people, and then said they wanted this space back. And then I ran to the developer. Hi, guys, he said 6 months the guy wants his space. In that period of 6 months, no letter from development saying this is your place, this is how far we've gone, you're going to be in this corner. I had to go back to court. To force them. According to the court order, you're supposed to have taken my client here. So I fought to come in. Then issue was deposits, most with the malls. 3 months deposit, the rental was sky high. I'm thinking, oh my goodness. Luckily, I had a court order that said, this person, I said, will pay this much. I'm not going to pay any further. This is the rent that I'll pay. So, as I said, I had to find the monies to deposit. The place was not prepared. I had to start. It was like my dad starting a new butchery. Nothing. I was given a hall. Any butchery, you need to have certain things. 3-phase plumbing, because health inspectors will be there. My main business was braai. Nothing was done for the braai. For 2 years, I was braaiing outside the stand. I would literally take the stand outside and braai. In the morning, I said I will braai. Because my lease, my court order said you could see my main business is braai. I will braai. I don't care the smoke, whatever it does to your building, I will braai. You should have provided me for a braai place. I had to do the application, I had to find an architect to do that. I had to do all the running around to the municipality to approve the building. I had to pay for this building, but I'm renting. Then they said they will provide. Long story, I managed to win that battle, built a small braai place next to where I was. A sitting area, I had to force, I did not have a sitting area for my customers, but I had to find ways to survive. Any business person, you need to adapt to the situation. So I adapted to the situation to survive. It was not my plan, my promise was not that. Spare came on the opposite side, but I said, you know what, it's not going to survive. Really, it took 6 months, closed down, and then I was okay. And I said, okay, that was the plan, really, because why would you not protect a business that was running for years, giving service to this environment that you're coming into, seeing that the people in this community enjoy that kind of life. Why then do you come and turn around and just change, But basically I'm there. Licensing also in our business is an issue. I've been running the business in the mall since 2010. I only got my food licensing this year, after forcefully trying to go to them, and they come, the inspectors, they do come. Yeah, so it's been tough, very tough. The landlords have been changed. The promise of 5% in the mall has never been seen. Invited to a meeting later as a shareholder, CSI project, nothing. The only thing that we see is the increase of rentals to a huge, and I think, they know that I will not survive for long. in that environment. That's why then as a prudent business person, you open another one in a more cheaper area. That's what I did to sustain myself. So I have another small business, same in Guguletu, but premises are a little bit cheaper, but the feet are at the mall. That's my story. I still have to go back and fight, enforce the court order. As I said, they were supposed to take me back as where I was. Assets that were destroyed in that move never been honored. 5% shareholding never seen. So as I said, I still have to gather hundreds of thousands to go and enforce what was done. As I said, that's the only way they know we won't have the money to go and fight or enforce whatever. Yeah.
Taniswa, if I may ask a question, in the mall, were there other businesses that competed with you other than the Spare that you mentioned? Why wouldn't the developer embrace the concept of your business? Were you in competition with someone in that mall?
No. Okay. The challenge was part of the group that was that brought the idea of development was my competitor. That's why I said I'm not moving without anything written down, because the person that was part of the development was my competitor, biggest competitor. And I was sitting in a land, a piece of land that I was sitting, everyone wanted that space. It was viable for what we want as Chisanyama. That land is still sitting opposite me, empty, still today. The one that we were removed, forcefully removed, to cater for the mall, is still vacant.
So who owns that land currently?
They say it's the mall, because the mall, yeah, it's the mall. And I said to them, if you bring me back to the same place, bigger, there were plans. I said, I see my plans of my new place in the same spot. Done, but never delivered. So I said, I'm not holding the development of the mall. I'm outside the premises of the main mall. We're outside. So you can develop, once you're done, put me in temporary area, just push my place to fit the new look that you want, then I'm fine. But why do you want to remove me? A Chisanyama Braai should not be in the mall because of the men of the business. This time to the English word, smoke. There's lots of smoke. I use wood, so I don't use gas. And I said, if people want the meat with gas, they'll go to Spur, but they want the wood. It's a certain taste, so I'm going to use that. So I'm not prepared to do gas. So this place is ideal for me. It's not infringing on your plans. Just do this place nice where I am currently. That's what I'm saying. Then the fight for me was more than to protect the business and the legacy, because you could see the person that was coming with the development was my competitor. So obviously, once I'm out, moves in. I think also, as I said, now what I wanted to find out with the development also, when they come with their terms. They come with their terminology. You can come, as I said, the lease. The lease from the mall restricts you from doing certain things that are not conducive to the market that you're in. I know with them all, I told them Chisanyama is like Spur. So Chisanyama comes with licensing, liquor licensing, controlled liquor licensing, obviously. And then they said to me, no, you cannot have your liquor license because in the black townships, liquor is a challenge. And I said, but Spur has a liquor license. Why is that an issue for me? It was before ShopRite could have liquor licenses and all that. And then I said, then when they applied, I said to my landlord, my liquor license, you're allowing ShopRite to come in. These people are going to buy from ShopRite liquor. They won't have any place. They're eating the meat in my place. When they eat the meat in my place, normally a meat, dried meat, goes with a beer or a glass of wine. But you don't want me to have the liquor license. So now I have to cater for clients that buy from ShopRite and come with their small bottles of beer to drink inside. So I have to fight for that. And I said, I'm not going to push people away. It's your security that will do that. Because you're allowing them to buy the liquor inside. Because meat goes with liquor. So those are the challenges that we're facing. As I said, liquor board also a challenge, but on my side it's more, not liquor board more than the landlord. But how do you fight the landlord, really?
One of the powers that I am permitted to exercise in running the public inquiry is to close the session in order that I can ask questions of a confidential nature. There are issues that I'd like to put to this this person, which will be confidential. So I'm going to run this now as a closed session, and so I must just ask everyone other than the members of the technical team, please to, if you don't mind, take the opportunity to help yourself to some coffee or some refreshments outside. So and would the cameras please be switched off?